It's to the Isle of Spice we come for this very important clash today, the east of the Caribbean, Grenada. What a beautiful island it is, and we've been graced with some very good weather as well. It's such an important game, this. Australia unbeaten against Sri Lanka, and a match of real significance because even though both sides have made the semi-final, you get the feeling that there are some psychological points up for grabs today. The table situation has Australia clearly on top with a very good run rate too. It's plus 2.30. New Zealand second at the moment, Sri Lanka third, and South Africa and England still fighting it out. Still so much interest in that particular place. Now, I tell you what, this pitch is a lot drier than it was the other day when New Zealand took on South Africa. Covers have been off for longer and it's a good deal drier, and for that reason, well, batting will be a better option. In fact, that was the case when Mahela Jayawardena called correctly. He called ahead, it came down that way, and he decided to bat first. Situation in terms of the teams, well, they dropped a bombshell. The Sri Lankans blew us all out of the water when they left out Murali, they left out Vas, and of course Malinga is still injured. So new names coming in there, Kulasekara and Bandara, and that was something that took us all by surprise. Not so much the Australian side, although they have made a change with Nathan Bracken in for Stuart Clark. Okay, let's join the early action then through the eyes of Ranjit Fernando and Damien Fleming.
So we're all set here. Australia, Sri Lanka, top teams in this tournament so far. Bracken runs in now.
They've had different scenarios as to how this pitch has played here in Grenada. Say whenever there's been cloud cover, he's had a little bit of rain overnight. The pitches have had some moisture for the quicker bowlers, but the belief here is that it's been a dry day. It's sort of very dry out in the middle, and there was no hesitation on the part of the Sri Lankan captain to have decided to bat. But again, these early overs are going to be critical.
Oh, and there's the swing of Bracken. Excellent length. Turanga just reaching for the ball. And this is what we saw 2 days ago from New Zealand and South Africa, but that was obviously a moist wicket. Bit dry today, but superb control from Bracken straight away.
Whatever the situation, I think this is always going to be on the mind of the batsman. The early overs, there's going to be swing, there's going to be seam, and a lot of these batsmen would have been watching the cricket on television.
He gets it right again. Stops his shot there. Turanga gets down the other end. Good place to be as he gets off the strike. But I'm looking forward to this clash. Jayasuriya against the Australian quicks. We've got the swing of Nathan Bracken here, but the genuine pace of Sean Tate at the other end. Full again. Jayasuriya. What about the superb timing there? Just punching the ball through the point area. And end of the first over, one boundary off. Sri Lanka 5 for none.
So he does get off with a flyer, the boundary on there for a while, but was into the gap, and that is a good sign from Sri Lanka's point of view. You realize that the feel for Jayasuriya is good.
Well, there you go. That's the Sean Tate. Unpredictable. Good luck to Adam Gilchrist.
No chance whatsoever for the wicketkeeper.
Tate pulls. The bowls of Yorker. That's gone all the way for 6. For 4. Felt like it did him for pace. Virtually over Adam Gilchrist's head. So exciting clash here. Tate versus Jayasuriya.
He tested Jayasuriya again. Jayasuriya this time, this is a little bit of indiscretion. Just done him for pace on that occasion, but almost went all the way.
Oh, a big shout there, and he's been given. So Nathan Bracken gets the big wicket at Jayasuriya, LBW.
Got the feeling that kept on coming at Jayasuriya. Jayasuriya looking to play across that front pad. The Australian fans, they're ecstatic about it, because this is a big wicket. On this pitch, Surya look good so far. They went back and can always produce that surprise delivery. Let's look at it again. Yes, I think it was hitting middle stump. Didn't swing just a little bit. And this is a big wicket for the Australians earlier on. Sonat Surya, he's gone for 12. Sri Lanka 26 for 1.
And there's Nick, thick edge, no gully, so safe down to Brad Hogg.
Somewhat extravagant on that occasion, Taranga. Doesn't like the ball short in that area. Favours to get on the front foot at times, or most times.
There's no movement at the back foot there, so he's playing away from his body. So if there's any extra bounce, it's hard to control and keep down. Ponting just adjusting his field. It's been another consistent tournament for Glenn McGrath. Plenty of threefers there. Low average, good economy rate. Oh, big appeal. No movement. And he's been given. Oh, Dar taking a long time to give that out, but that looked good.
Yes, he did take a lot of time over it, but I had a strange suspicion that Sangakkara, in fact, shuffled a little too much across his wicket. And that probably was still running down towards middle and leg or even leg stump. The height, I think, was the problem here, and that's really where I think Alinda took all that time. And, maybe Sangakkara might consider himself very unlucky. So he departs. Sri Lanka 27 for 2.
It's a full play miss again. Bit of a masterclass here from Bracken.
This is good bowling. Getting the ball as close as possible to the batsman, but just enough to draw him into a shot which is unable to negate movement.
As the nick. And was it caught? It was taken by Matthew Hayden. So what a magnificent 4 balls there from Nathan Bracken. The setup and the execution.
This was to come at any stage in that over. Great bowling, just in the corridor, just moving in and out, but the batsman really was not sure which way to go. Young Taranga drawn into the shot. Nice full length delivery. Just look at the movement. He had to play at it. Hayden's got bucket-like hands, despite the captain going across. That's good catching. Taranga departs for 6. Sri Lanka 27 for 3.
Good shot. Slightly overpitched. When you get them off McGrath, you've got to make sure you take advantage of them.
Well played, young man. You might have read McGrath's mind, but Glenn McGrath just got maybe 2 feet too full, so he didn't have to worry about driving it on the up. It was a genuine half volley.
Whoa, that was spanked. I think if it had gone straight to square leg, you'd have ducked.
That is the best shot of the morning, without doubt, because it made some sort of statement back for Sri Lanka. The captain knows he's under pressure all of a sudden, and he has just pounced on this short ball. McGrath just didn't quite get the height right. It was just around about chest level. Previously, he's been getting it more like head level. So little fella is able to get on top of the bounce, and McGrath knows there wasn't quite enough spring in that one.
Just wide. That's another boundary. Knew the other bouncer would be coming shortly. just wide of the one slip that's there. Has been expensive, Sean Tate, so his captain is trying to give him some protection and take note of slip. Wow. Oh, it's the batsman that's bowling.
That's a magnificent shot. It really is. Little Chamara Silva, he loves a fight, and he's getting one here at pace. Procession of boundaries all of a sudden for Sri Lanka to get them underway. 50 up, and pretty good time. They've lost 3 wickets, but they're still going at 9-4 and over.
Should be 4. One or two occasions Simons has gotten his line wrong in the spell. Still, I would think, trying to get to that level of comfort with his action after the shoulder injury.
He's just been too straight so far today, Andrew Simons. Nice little deflection from Silva. Fine leg's quite square, so that was always going to race away for 4.
That was well hit. Found the gap.
Played it well. In fact, he picked up the length so well that he was able to hit it into the gap nicely. Firmly played.
Over, long off, 1 bounce.
That doesn't happen often to McGrath. Marched into it and hit it over mid-off. 109 for 3.
That will go all the way, I suspect. Yes, it does.
Man, Chamara Silva could be exciting. The Sri Lankan flags all coming out.
Oh, he's walked across the crease. Silva, that's superb. Joe Warden, sorry. Tate whips to leg. Joe Warden just showing his class. Fine leg up. Just has to hit the gap all the way. A pull shot, and he pulls well all the way for 6. Joe Warden is really starting to set up. That's his 50. Well played.
And it's the 100 partnership up as well between these two. Silva and Joe Warden have been excellent.
Warden cuts, and he cuts well. Do it go all the way. Hayden putting in the big ones. Has he stopped that? That'll go to the 3rd umpire as they run for 3. Will it be a run out, Gilchrist? This is the double play. And did that go for 4? Made up good ground, Matthew Hayden. Was he touching the rope and touching the ball at the same time?
Running by the Sri Lankans to get 3 here. Matthew Hayden had to make a lot of ground. Pulls it back there. And that's fine. Looks back with his left hand now. Is his right shoe touching the rope? Hard to tell from that angle.
And good to see Silva helping out his team today. He got a couple of starts in the Super 8s after 3 consecutive half centuries in the first round. Carrying on today. Some people will cringe at the sight of another reverse sweep. Seen so many in this tournament, some perilous, some outstanding.
That'll be out. They've got a breakthrough. Hogg's done it. A top edge. Another sweep shot. This more orthodox, but in the end, his downfall.
Just at the right time. And off can say that, but Australia needed this because of the size of the partnership. Maybe ideally Silva would have wanted it to be a little bit fuller. Got the top edge, and a good reward for Brad Hogg, who's bowled well today. Good partnership as well. 140 run partnership comes to an end. 64 to Silva, 167 for 4. Now is that gone? Jared Warner is a walking, and that is exactly what Sri Lanka didn't want. Hogg in his last over has picked up a big wicket.
The rules of the game have just changed. Silver's gone and now J.R. Warner. How often do you see it? A big partnership. One goes and then goes the other, and he is furious with himself, J.R. Warner, because he knows he's exposed the latter half of his innings with a long way to go. Beautifully bowled. The length is perfect. Deceived. He couldn't get the foot back in time. He tried to drag it back, but Gilchrist way too alert for that. Hogg has done it again. He is invaluable in this World Cup, you sense. J.R. Warner's 72 is classy, but it's over. 174 for 5.
What's enough then? What is enough? And that's where teams battle. What is enough? What is a pass score on the pitch? And what is a pass score having to reassess when the score was 27 for 3? The opposition that is in front of you, Matthew Hayden, second leading run scorer in the tournament, second highest run scorer, I should say, so far. Should be the end of Dilshan. Haven't we seen this before? Hodge takes a catch.
And Ricky Ponnings, he's pulled the right rein again here, you know. He's gone back to Tate. He didn't have to today because it wasn't going to be his day. 8 overs for 61 runs. Most captains would say, just go back into the shed, Bella, and we'll bring you out in another day. But no, he says, I've got faith in you, I've got confidence in you. Get me another wicket. And he's done that. And now the tail is exposed for Sri Lanka a long way out. Dilshan just felt today he was really, as you said, in top gear before he even got out there. Well, he's in reverse gear now. 178 for 6.
One of the problems of someone with a unique action is that possessed by Tate, to an extent Lassit Malinga, Fidel Edwards of the West Indies, with the low arm, getting the point of release exactly right consistently is so much more important for those guys than as opposed to the guys who come from over the top, too early or too late a fraction, and it's wide off stump or leg side. But when they get it right, with this pace and the reverse swing, can be quite effective.
So explain those last two deliveries then for us, because one went horribly wrong down the leg side and the other one was nigh on perfect. Bish, is that an angle of the hand? Is it an angle of the release?
Combination of both. Really, the wrist is a lot flatter, but if they release it too late and it's wide off too early and down the leg side, and the angles. Ball in. Short ball is working. He removed Dilshan with a short one, and now Arnold finds that it might have been a little too quick for him to handle. Certainly too hot.
Now they're just crumbling away, Sri Lanka, at a very bad time. And Tate has done it again. Fontaine, the good captains play hunches, and those hunches work more often than not. This time we saw 2 Yorkers, he mixed it up. Shorter ball, Russell Arnold never in control. It was too close for him to play that shot, and he got himself in a real tangle as a result. So perseverance is rewarded, but not for Arnold today. He's gone for 3, 183 for 7.
half an hour ago it was 167 for 3, and Sri Lanka looked on target for 250 at least. And be fortunate here to get to 220. Couple of wickets to Bracken, who was outstanding at the top. 2 to Tate, and 2 to Hogg as well.
Edged and caught.
Wow, what a wonderful, wonderful catch there from Matthew Hayden, backing up some excellent bowling, some good captaincy. And Bracken picking up another wicket. He's got 9 for 3 at this stage. And that's his skills, forcing Sakira to hit on the up. But look at how low it hands it at. Matthew Hayden taking it beautifully. His second good catch for the innings. Sakira on his way for 1. Sri Lanka in real strife, 184 for 8.
Whoa, that's gone. That's a big one.
That's over the fence. That's a magnificent strike there. Bandara just sizing up McGrath, liking the length, hitting to leg. Sensational shot. Welcome back to the bowling crease, Glenn McGrath. What will be the follow-up here? See, he's not happy. That's a good swipe. Good stable feet.
That's a big hit. That's a big one.
And all the way. Alan Dart putting up both hands. Don't the crowd love it? So Bandara, second 6. Hit it all the way. He's got a good swing. Keeps himself balanced. Hits through the line. Not easiest to get after Michael Clarke. He bowls flat. Had to hit on the up. Save that Clarke's not a big turner of the ball.
Glenn McGrath's last over. That's a fantastic shot. That's why he changed his bat.
Now he's got his number 1 rated bat out there now. That was a decent shot, that.
Oh, fine leg is up. That goes for another boundary.
Character testing last over here for Glenn McGrath. Actually executes well.
Easy. Easy. Last ball of the innings, and then McGrath gets another.
So McGrath picks up his second wicket. End of an interesting over. There was some frustration for him early on. But a little bit of joy now. And the wickets are so important because that was a handy partnership there. He's gone for the short ball. He's been bowling predominantly Yorkers this over. Bandara in no position to keep that down. So he needed to get a lot of bat on it and hit high up. We won't say that Brad Hogg had to make good ground to get there. Pretty comfortable catch there. So plenty of support from the fielders for the Australians, and Bandara finds his way after an exciting 17. Sri Lanka 218 for 9.
So it's the last over of the innings, and what a shot that is, straight down the ground from Maroof.
Yeah, he's got a bit of a slice, Maroof. Effective one though. Nathan Bracken hasn't been hit for too many boundaries today.
Well, it's gone past the slip. Slip still in place because he had been getting the ball to go away from the right-hander, but it went a bit too fine.
I think Maroof's telling Fernando he meant that. It was good placement. He's talking him through the shot there. Unlucky for Bracken. It's a big swipe there, getting a thick or fine outside edge. Matthew Hayden at around second or third slip. need to be at first. Cries of catch. Yeah, pretty good day for Nathan Bracken, not going his way, that ball.
This is now a pretty good score by Sri Lanka. It's going straight to Simons. He won't drop this. He doesn't drop those. So they're falling 3 deliveries short of batting their entire 50 overs, Sri Lanka. But this is a respectable score after being 27 for 3.
Excellent tail order batting from Maroof and Bandara as well. A good reward for Nathan Bracken picking up his 4th wicket. He's been superb all day. Maroof has actually done well to time it that far. It was only a little chip shot and it's nearly gone all the way. Andrew Simons, nice and composed and relaxed. Lets it go in. Gilchrist is happy, as are the Australians. They're chasing 227. So last wicket falls. Maroof on his way for an excellent 25. Sri Lanka all out for 226.
Not quite what Mahela Jayawardene was after when he won the toss and decided to bat first. 226 after 49.4 overs with his partnership with Chamara Silva, the only real damaging one for Australia. 140 runs that was for the 4th wicket. That was after 3 for 27, so a terrific fight back. And some big hitting from Maharoof and Kulif Sekera failed today. Bandara got runs, but the story really was Nathan Bracken, 4 for 19 from 9.4 overs. A magnificent bowling performance. His control at the start and at the end with a number of slower deliveries was absolutely outstanding. Ricky Ponting stayed with Sean Tate. He showed the faith and he came back with 2 late wickets, 2 for 68. McGrath 2 for 48. Hogg 2 for 35. The key wickets there of Silva and Jayawardene at a crunch time. So Australia then needing 227 runs to win this match at 4.54 runs per over. And that, of course, will guarantee them top spot. It will probably cement them a berth in that semi-final in St Lucia. For that not to happen, Sri Lanka have to get some early wickets. Let's see how they go after the break.
Umpire Billy Doctorow. The man standing at the top now. Standing in its 67th one-day international. Gets off the mark with a no ball. Well, this time he gets it away from the full, and it's 4 runs, easy pickings for him. Drives, and this he gets through the offside. That's racing to the boundary. The timing was good, and there was power as well on the shot. 15 without loss. But this time it goes over the top, and that's long. A lot of muscle and power there.
He practices this shot quite a lot. Matthew Hayden against the bowling machine, he sets it up on a good to fullish length and practices this exact thing, hitting straight and long. It's in the air. Slower ball again from Fernando, just out of the reach. Russell Arnold at short cover. Not sure whether he got a hand to it or not.
It's a very good slow delivery. As you would see, he's played far too early and just out of reach.
They've just got a finger on that. Just brushed his finger.
That's down the ground, racing for 4. That's the type of half volley that Gilchrist enjoys playing and hitting through the line.
Now those 3 players there, between them, have played 859 games sitting watching. 859.
Murali 294, Vas 297, Atapatu 268. One of the biggest games of the World Cup, and you've got 859 games watching it. I'm not sure about that.
That will go for 4. Third man is very wide and there are no slips in place. Well, after playing so many games, Smithy, you think they need a bit of a rest. He waited on that. Took a long time to get there, but he kept his eyes on the ball. Another boundary. Just over his head, just out of reach. Another boundary.
Well, again, it was a slower delivery, and obviously both these batsmen have now picked up the pace of this pitch. Partnership for Hayden and Gilchrist for the 25th time in their time together. Last 2 shots, batsmen have just had to wait, hold back and wait on the shot.
Again.
Well, it's becoming a bit of a riot out there now.
No protection out there in the deep.
Sakaras gets a rare go at the bowling crease for Sri Lanka these days, and when he does get one today, it's against the most powerful opening combination in the game. They couldn't break through in the first 10, and now just get a feeling that if he makes a basic error, a little bit short, a little bit too wide, he's going to pay the price. And most opening partnerships of 50 or more, Gilchrist and Hayden, 25 50s, 15 hundreds, the best. Well, they weren't too bad. Haynes and Greenwich.
Someone will throw that one back. Well, that's straight over the offside because there are no fielders deep on that side. It wouldn't have mattered anyway.
Well, even Gilchrist enjoyed that shot. Came all the way down to Hayden and just tapped the bat as if to say, I admired that one. Played a few myself over the years, but that's the first ball he saw from Russell Arnold. And the power that he got in this. Bottom hand, the left hand coming through and driving underneath the ball and just clearing the rope. Deep, deep extra cover. So now the man goes back at long off. Long on comes up. It's scary, because it really is scary. Go anywhere. A number of options now, Hayden.
He's caught him this time. Didn't get hold of that one, Matt Hayden.
Well, he's crossed himself, Hayden, because he felt that mid-on was the area he wanted to go, but came off the inside half of the bat. So Russell Arnold has he's gone for a 6, but he has the last say against Matthew Hayden today. Australia have got through to 76 in no time at all, but they've lost their first player. Hayden saw the man up at long on, thought that's where I've got to go, but he couldn't get the timing and dragged it away. Dilshan takes the catch. Success at last. Hayden goes for 41, 76 for 1.
He's given it. Well, the bowler didn't seem that interested. But the wicketkeeper's shout was good enough.
And now Sri Lanka have opened the door slightly. And Russell Arnold, the unlikely Russell Arnold, bowling inside a power play situation, has picked up 2 golden scalps. First Hayden and now Gilchrist. LBW. pitched outside off. It's going on to hit. There was no bat in there, and you got to say, even without the bowler appealing, it's pretty good. 79 for 2.
He would have been hoping to get more bat on it, but he'll settle for that. Michael Clarke races away for 4. Can't afford to give too much whip yet. Not sure what's happening here at the moment. Trying to interpret what has gone on. Not sure if the ball has disappeared somewhere.
Hole in one. And there's a great shot. Ricky Ponting getting it short, plenty of time to rock on the back foot on this slow pitch, and the timing was superb.
Lovely shot. Lovely shot from Michael Clarke. It was a long half volley, yes, but it was put away with distinction.
Well, he's such an attractive player, saying how well he is through the leg side, but the cover drive's a delight as well. He's in good position, nice and balanced. The hands come through nicely as well. So good placement there. The Aussie fans love it. Australia's 100 up. 116 balls, so the run rate not a problem for the Australians. Still plenty of wickets in hand.
That's just a repeat. Well, he can't afford to get too straight because he's got that short fine leg, and at the moment he's a bit wide and a bit too full.
I like this one even better. There's more on the up. Michael Clarke, he's got to be feeling happy with himself here. Look at that control and basement. Too quick. Well, Ponting shows his intentions. They got a deep square mid-off. He hits it straight. Moving his feet beautifully there. Feature of his game against the spinners. It's what he's improved in the last few years. Confidence in coming down the crease. Not worried about the ball spinning past him. Bandara not getting a lot of turn. Just hits through the line. Good power there.
Wait a bit longer, as the television umpire has been called on to adjudicate. Sri Lanka don't look that confident.
Well, committed himself well down the track. Ricky Ponting just gets back, direct hit. Found him short of his crease. That would have been a disaster in the last ball of the power play. There's a captain on his way, but he's safe there. Good over for the Australians as well. 9 off.
Great use of the feet. He's played a couple of cover drives today, 2 off the seamers. This one is equal in terms of its aesthetics and effectiveness.
Yep, another super cover drive from Clarke. He wanted to do it early in the over, but done it on length. But here gets to the pitch of the ball. Timing supreme. Clarke goes through the cover and he's out. He's standing his ground. Was it a clean catch? Alan Dart just going over to check Billy. Now, the third umpire. Did Billy Doctorow get a good look at that one?
Yeah, nod of the head sends Michael Clarke on his way. just makes things a little more interesting now. Yes, Australia back deep, but I talked a moment ago about a good piece of fielding and how the fielders can support the bowlers in the absence of a Murali or a Vass. Delivered from a little way behind the crease. It was close, and that's why Clark stood up. Bandara has no doubts about it.
Geez, that looked close, that one. Michael Clark treated some beautiful cover drives. It's been his undoing here. Out for 23. Australia 126 for 3.
Plays it well, gets back and punches it through the offside. There's a slight gap, but he penetrates it.
Yeah, you just feel while Ricky Ponting's at the crease, it's very much under control for Australia. They need this man out. Back on that back foot and getting it through the gap.
Was it out? There was hand to it. And the usual thing is a referral. Ponting's quite happy that he was inside.
Ponting getting his back. The only thing is whether it's in the air. This will give us a better look. Just see if Ricky Ponting's bat's in the air. No. Oh. Does lift it for a second. Split second. Nose are on there and off there.
I would think that the decision would go in favour of the batsman. Yes, it is. So carnival atmosphere has prevailed on this ground throughout the day. The Australians joining the locals. Neatly put away. Go for the second. Oh, there might be trouble here. Oh, Sangakkara. The throw just a little too wide.
The throw coming in. Andrew Simons slipped and then had to dive back in.
Jasser not at all happy having a go at Maroof. But this time takes aerial route, and that's going long. It's gone all the way.
150 up for Australia. Here's a good shot because he's playing against the spin. Didn't try and overhit it either, Andrew Simons. Staying nice and balanced. Cleared it easily.
A full toss, and he's put that away. That was easy. So Sri Lankans just not doing things right. And another good hit by Simons. That was really easy pickings for him.
There is a man out there on the extra cover boundary, and he had no chance. That is poor.
.34, 37 balls.
Supposedly against the spin, that shot. Well. Made that look easy as well. Full toss, just a bottom hand jab. ODI half century for Ricky Ponting. His 6th to first. It's 199 for 3.
Oh, great shot, Ricky Ponting. Just lofting it over mid-off. He looks so in control of his game right now, Ricky Ponting. He looks clinical. It's just a push through the line of the ball, mid-off up. Another four to Ricky Ponting.
Crunch. I don't think they'll pull that one back either. Another cover drive for Andrew Simons. And 50 to boot. Some wonderful striking.
It's his first 50 of this World Cup. 4th against Sri Lanka. He's looked in great form ever since he walked to the crease today. He took his time. He knew there was plenty of balls to go. So he got himself in and now he's flourishing.
Oh, delicate. Two more. Sri Lanka took the gamble today. Whether they'll class it as a gamble or not, I'm not sure. But they made the decision to leave out a lot of experience in the bowling department. And what this has confirmed is that what is left is not in the same league. Australia have just manufactured this innings as they have liked.
Shane Watson looking on.
4 more there. It's as easy as you like for Andrew Simons. He hardly hit that. And I think that's when you get a sign that he's almost back to his very best. You see that as little effort as that, race away off the bat so hard.
Yeah, he's just got very long levers, Andrew Simons.
Over the top, Ricky Ponting finishes the game with a massive 6 down to long on. And in so doing, Australia wrap it up. Emphatic, polished, powerful. Put any sort of adjective you like alongside that performance, but Sri Lanka had moments when they were in the game, but not enough moments. And that now is Australia's 20th consecutive World Cup win. Unbeaten in their last 20 appearances. And they win that with the intention of keeping that record alive for a long time.
Well, we doubted whether 226 would be enough for the Sri Lankans, and in the end it was nowhere near enough. Gilchrist and Hayden denied them the early breakthroughs that they wanted, and after that really it was a bit of a cakewalk for the Australians. Clark getting some runs, but Ponting too, and Andrew Simons, the stars of the show, just finishing it off in style. And really this bowling attack had nothing at all. Fernando, a loose start, 11 off the first over. It went from bad to worse really, because there was very little penetration until the unlikely Russell Arnold came in and picked up 2 for 20. They just didn't have enough in the tank, it seemed today, because they'd rested their key players. 226 then Sri Lanka and 49.4 overs. Australia 232 for 3 and 42.4. Nearly 7 overs to spare, and certainly 7 wickets to spare. The man of the match, well, that was a pretty easy one for the commentators to pick today. It was Nathan Bracken. Got the early breakthroughs, the 2 left-handers at the top there, Jayasuriya and of course Taranga. Then he wrapped up the tail in style with some cutters, with Gilchrist standing up to the stumps. Way too good for the Sri Lankans, outthought today in most departments. So the points table now looks like this. Australia have 1 match to go against New Zealand. They have 12 and 10 respectively, but the Australian run rate is so good at the moment. Even if New Zealand were able to knock them over, Australia still would probably occupy top spot. I say probably, it's not definite, but odds on that's the way it looks. Sri Lanka are holding down 3rd spot. The key match is tomorrow, South Africa against England. If South Africa win, then the top 4 will be sorted out. Well, today really did belong to Australia, because right from the toss, when the Sri Lankans announced that Murali would not be playing, that Vas would not be playing, and Malinga was still injured, they handed them an ascendancy they never really needed. You don't give Australia too many invitations, and when you do, they will win emphatically. That was a situation here in Grenada. They look pretty much unstoppable. It's going to take something pretty unbelievable to stop Ricky Ponting holding up that trophy the second time in a row.